Hello guys, how everybody doing? Welcome back to our second episode with our pro trader, Mr. JOMO. How is it going, JOMO?
Everything is fantastic, CM. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Thank you for asking. Well, we have a question from my trading group. Shout out to Arizona for asking the question. He was asking about the bullish and bearish scenario of BTC short to midterm. Okay, short to midterm. That's the first question. And so answer that one, and then we're gonna answer another question. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Let me dive right into it. Thank you, Arizona, for asking a fantastic question. So as I like to do always, I like to start from a bird's eye view. And that is why what you guys are seeing right now is the S&P on the left side and the NASDAQ on the right side. So right now, everything crypto is very much correlated to what is happening in the financial markets, in the S&P and NASDAQ and so on. Therefore, we want to see what might be our options that might occur in these markets and how they can show on BTC and in the crypto market as a whole. So very fast and very quick, you can see that we crossed the 50 MA on the S&P and we crossed even stronger in the 50 MA on the NASDAQ. You can see that the next lines we're going to have, the yellow lines are going to be the 150-day moving average, and the red one is the 200-day moving average, right? So assuming that the financial markets are going to continue this rally, right? Maybe they don't get all the way through, maybe they do. Let's talk on this might be the bull side, or maybe we see a leg down on these markets. That will show that will very much be correlated to what BTC will do. Okay, so now let's jump into a BTC chart and I will show you how these can pan out. All right, so this is a BTC chart or as of right now. You can see this is the price pattern we are seeing as of lately. And this white line is the 20-day moving average, green line is the 50-day moving average. You can see that BTC didn't cross as strong the 50-day moving average, but right now we are above it on the daily. So far so good. I know we try to cross, you see the upper line, the white line over here is a channel that many think that this might be a bear channel. Maybe it's a possibility, and if that is what's going to happen, that will be a bearish scenario. We're going to talk about it in a second. All right, but let's right now let's first talk about the bullish. What do you think, CM? We talk about the bullish first, right?
Yeah.
Always
bullish is good. Bullish is good.
Always bullish. All right. So now I'm going to show you guys how this might go to the bullish side, right? And we're going to look from a very big bird's eye view on what are options here. Now you can see very ugly chart. I'm going to show you what might happen if the financial markets do continue the way up, maybe all the way to the 150 or 200 of the on charts, maybe a bit less, but what we can see, what might occur on BTC, and of course later on, if it happens on BTC, it will happen on ETH. If it happens on ETH, altcoins are going to explode and so on. All right, so I see three short-term to mid-term possibilities. All right, the more bullish it gets, the less the probability is that it will happen as of now. All right, so the first line that we can get to, and as you guys can see, and I'm going to enlarge it a little bit, is the support that turned into resistance. Now we know that the 30K to the around the 32K is a level that we have seen in the past that gave us this support level all the way back to even January 2021. You can see these weeks. Then later on between May and July 2021, we saw these weeks over here on the daily, all right, and all the way now, and the last, you can call it maybe a bear flag, doesn't matter, a consolidation on our way down on May and June 2022, right? So the first thing that might happen if we do get bullish is that we paint our way somehow all the way to this area. All right, now this area is a very crucial area that we might get rejected out of. We can be rejected right here on the 28K, we can get rejected in the middle, 29, we can be rejected below the 30, or we can even go a bit higher, all right? Many things, many different prices can happen, but this is a zone. That is why we never talk in one set of prices, we talk in zones, all right? So this is the first zone that I'm looking for if this rally does continue, and the probability that this rally continues is higher than if it doesn't, for not continuing as of this moment, all right? So it can be painted like this. You can paint it even stronger. Maybe it happened, maybe, who knows, maybe it happens even stronger. We saw some, you know, maybe tomorrow bulls awake, and what they want to do is just all the way, very vertical, take us there. That can happen, all right? CM, are you in agreement with me that we saw things like this happening in the past?
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely. We can have it, and this is a possibility that might occur. Now, it doesn't matter how we paint it. Doesn't matter if it's vertical. Doesn't matter if it's a bit, you know, more consolidated in a sense. But this is the first area which I'm looking at, either to take profits if I'm long, or maybe even to short if we get rejected over here and maybe see a new leg down. However, we might not stop here, all right? The next line, if we break through this area, is between the 150 and the 200-day moving average area, all right? Now you can see this actually is in accordance to past support that we had over here. We can see that these weeks, and even over here, we had a lot of movement, right? If I take this area and I just paint it all the way here, we see we had a lot of movement in this area. So this might be the area where we get rejected, and if we continue blasting through this first support turn resistant line. Now, what is the probability that we go blasting right through this support turn resistant line? Well, it can happen. It can happen. Back in the bear of 2018, we had the 6K line, which broke down quite heavily. And then on the way up, many people thought that that's going to be a resistant line because it was a huge support turn resistance, and we just blast right through it. And I know, CM, you were involved in the market back then. Do you remember how it was?
You're talking about 2018?
Yeah, when we blasted 18, 19, when we blasted the 6K.
Oh yeah. That was an aggressive rally. This is my most bullish scenario, that we're gonna have something this explosive. But back in those days, we broke above the 200. We had a very nice consolidation, so it was really setting up for a big move. Now it should really, you know, only if the markets will do like a V bottom now and start really like, whoa. So yeah, we can see something like that. But as for now, it's quite slow. I have to admit, it's quite slow.
Yes, it's quite slow, and it seems like we're going to get a slow grind sideways, maybe upwards. Maybe the trend is going to be very slow grind upwards, but I'm okay with it. However, we're talking about some possibilities for the short and midterm, and this can happen, right? But even if we go grinding through it, we still can get to this area. It can happen fast, it can happen slow, but this is a possibility, all right? And that's what we're trying to paint. Now, as I said, the more bullish we get, meaning the higher prices we go to, the less probability it has to actually occur right in the short to midterm. For example, let's say we either grind up, or we play it around, or we blast right through, and we somehow get to these levels, all right? Now, again, this is an area of all resistance turn support, and then got rejected out of a few times, but you can see there's a lot of movement in this area as well. Now, I would call this the possible bull trap. Now, let's say we get aggressive, or we consolidate, we slow grind and then get aggressive. Doesn't matter. If we get over here too fast, all right, for some reason, that would be for me a possible bull trap. All right, this will be an area that will have a probable wick, maybe. All right, very low probability, but this can happen, and then get rejected, and who knows what can happen then. Maybe we'll build support here, maybe we'll build support here, or maybe we'll just get rejected and move sideways all the way down. Everything is possible in the markets. But this is what I can see that might have a chance to occur in the short to mid-term on the bull side, all right? How it will exactly be painted on the charts, we don't really know. We can only use our imagination and be ready for each possible and probable outcome. Now, let's go to the bear side, all right? Let's say we are in this area and you know what? We got rejected out of this. We kind of did a bull trap above this line of the bear flag, all right? Let's paint the bear flag right now. We made like I call it a turtle because we went up and then we closed down below, all right? We didn't actually close over here in the highs, even though one day earlier, one closed, but then we got back in. Maybe what happens right now is we either consolidate a little bit, attempt again, and then break down, right? So let's say we break down to this area. That would be the first and most probable bearish outcome that I can see occurring right now. That would be a possible bear trap, the quite opposite of the bull trap, all right? So what can happen is we do this, we go all the way down to this area. Again, maybe we do a lower low, all right? Maybe the bears are trying to push us downwards and everyone is panicking, but it doesn't happen because we actually close the day inside the area which we were in the past, and then we can continue our movement upwards, maybe aggressive, maybe slow grinding again, many different possibilities. But this is a possible bear trap, right? So if we do a lower low, but we V-bottom it and close inside a range, that would be a possible bear trap that we would like to long from, all right? Another possibility that we might have, more bearish, okay, with less probability to occur, but might happen, is a possible capitulation zone, all right? Now, this would be the area I would say if we capitulate to, that's where we will be stopping at, right? Around 10K to the 13K-ish or 12.6. Now, as you can see, this very much gets to prices that we had back in the past over here. Guys, as you can see, not a lot of secret. This is what I'm painting. I'm painting from past areas what might happen right now. I'm not the only one doing it. Many people do it. These are psychological levels that people remember, levels that people are looking at. That is why these are the highest probability levels that we can look at, all right? So a possible capitulation would look very much like a bull, like this bear trap, but will go all the way down, probably very, very, very aggressive, a day or two, and then V up, all right? Now, a third one that I would say that I don't even have it over here because the probability is so low is that if something happened, geopolitical, a bigger war, something that happens that really disrupts the world, we can see lower levels, but I don't see it almost happening whatsoever. Very, very low probability. I would say that if we capitulate, this would be the zone. And of course, we either long from here, maybe some people DCA from here, and we can see what can happen from there. This is what I see for BTC. This is what I see for the crypto market. And of course, if this happens on BTC, the same thing will probably happen on ETH. On ETH is going to be more aggressive. So if we do 15% of BTC, on ETH probably 25%. And if it happens on ETH, it will happen as well on the altcoins. On altcoins, more aggressive, 100%, 50%, 200%, depends if it's a small cap, mid cap, or one of the top 20, for example. But it will pour on the wealth down from BTC to ETH and to the alts. Of course, everyone will enjoy. This is what I'm seeing right now for the short and mid-term future for the crypto markets. I hope this answers the question of Arizona, and if anyone wondered, and I hope this helps.
Yeah, man, that sums it all up very well. We had another question regarding the altcoin gem that you're watching at the moment. If you can answer briefly, because in my opinion, you know, there is nothing major setting up, but maybe you see something. So let us know, man.
Well, that is a good question. I would like to advise to be careful searching for gems in a bear market. All right. So gems do work in bull market because there's a lot of liquidity, the spread is good, and you don't lose money just because of the spread, right? And it really depends, of course, on your position sizing. However, in bear market, the liquidity is low for gems, the spread is high, and you can lose money. You can enter, maybe put 2K on a coin that you think has a nice chart or nice fundamentals, and all of a sudden you bought 5 to 10% higher than the price you anticipated, and you are in an instant loss, right? So no gems for now. I'm looking for them, and if I see better liquidity, I will tell you guys, of course, in my group, and CM will tell you guys in the general group, of course. And I would say be careful, look out for the charts, and if you see something that is constructive, it's a gem, but only a technical gem for a trade. It's not something I would hold long term as of now, because again, we just don't know exactly what will occur, and gems usually get hit the worst.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, JOMO, well, thank you very much for coming to the show again. We're going to do this show every week from now. So guys, if you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below, and we're going to answer them in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.
Thank you very much, everyone.